hair in the back, and you got
Oh,
flow.
dude, I won't take off my hat because it looks crazy from the morning, but
Oh,
I got some long ass hair.
me too.
Yeah, I know Andrew does too. It's just hiding it. The hockey flow,
The lettuce.
the lettuce.
Yeah. Well, let us begin.
Oh, it's a good thing I was
Oh.
recording.
Oh, nice.
Got him.
There you go. Yeah, you got me. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Ruthless Obsession. Here we go. No Scotty today. That quitter. That jabroni.
What
I
a
told him
chump.
he's using the bad signal all wrong. He tells us all, "Hey, Sunday morning, let's giddy up." No show. He's got mail to read or something.
Sad.
How you doing, Nick? I'm glad you could join us.
Got mail to read.
Yeah, Nick, you're a decent enough fill-in, I suppose. We were going
Thank
to
you.
talk, so we were going to talk NFL free agency, but really, I think there's so much going on in terms of players being released, and there's a lot of action right now. It's kind of hard to keep track. What are you
Yeah.
smiling for?
I just remembered. I'm pretty sure I said this last night when we were playing games, but when I was talking about the local radio here, maybe I
don't know
just
if
told
was on
Eric.
for that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like driving
you're in
like,
Denver.
during work, yeah, in Denver one day, and we're listening to the local sports talk, and this dude's going, and this was the day Dak Prescott signed his big deal, and this dude's like going on and on about like how it's like since Dak got signed, like everybody, we just need to accept that Drew Lock's our quarterback. I'm like, did I miss something? Since when was Dak Prescott ever in the hunt for the Broncos? I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like that was never a thing, and this dude's just going on and on, like it's like being real serious about it. I'm like, is he joking? What the?
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
awesome,
but
though.
it just made me think of that, and that was funny.
Yeah, local radio.
Yeah.
I've been following. I don't know why. I want to kind of get off Twitter, but
Oh, yeah.
I've been following Mark Madden, and that dude. To say he's active on Twitter is an understatement.
Oh
That
my
dude's firing off
gosh.
tweets. Oh my gosh, he's like a Skip Bayless.
But like even better
I
because
miss
he
listening to him.
responds to everybody too. So like I am in Pittsburgh, so I do get Mark Madden locally, and like honestly, anytime when I was working in the office, like driving home, it would just be Mark Madden on. That dude is wild. He is so fun to listen to.
He's like if you took someone out of Philly and told them you have to root for the Pittsburgh teams, that's Mark Madden. He hates everybody. I mean, he can't stand Juju. He wants to get rid of Big Ben. He has for a while. You'd think that he doesn't even like any of the teams. It's like he was assigned to follow teams that he hated. Like if we were all Michigan beat writers, we'd just be crashing the team constantly.
But I mean, he does a pretty damn good job. I mean, he's super entertaining. He gets a lot of really good guests too. Like, I know that he's been going back and forth with Pat McAfee. He like goes on McAfee's show, and McAfee will come on his show. It's pretty cool, But
Yeah.
he, I mean, anybody
those two together, I've never heard. I might have heard Mark Madden go on the McAfee show once, like a while ago. I kind of stopped listening to Pat McAfee, but I used to listen to him like every day. But those two together have to be amazing.
So speaking of Pat McAfee, even though he's not here, Scotty has been super active on Twitter, and most of his activity is just retweeting Pat McAfee show stuff. So I'm loving it these days. Like, we told Scotty get active on Twitter just because he's like all into his fans and whatnot. So, he just likes to retweet basically like Pat McAfee shit posts. It's pretty good. Like it's funny. I enjoy
Pat McAfee and Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that's really like all his Twitter is
That's
these
Scotty.
days. But yeah.
So Nick,
hang on real quick. My boss just texted me and said I have to go into work.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. I'm so pissed right now. I haven't even looked outside. I probably should. Here, I'll try and show you. Because I'm pretty sure we got a ton of snow last night.
This is good, a little show and tell.
Oh yeah.
You're definitely not going to be able to see that. This is great audio. Oh my gosh.
Wow, you actually
Yeah.
can see it pretty well.
Oh, I see it. Ooh. Yeah,
Hmm.
I would show you the palm trees, but I don't want to move my setup.
I'm in a basement, so I'm not showing you
There's
shit.
literally snow stuck onto the screen.
Yeah, that looks gnarly. Well, good luck. I mean, yeah.
So
Rock
for
salt.
for our audio only people, Nick lives in Denver, like we just said, and they got what, like a foot of snow. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily a foot. It was probably
Looks gross
8
either
inches,
way.
but it was basically overnight. They were expecting it to be a huge snowstorm. It didn't really start accumulating until last night. So,
So what time
but
do you have
it's
to be
supposed to
there?
snow. It's supposed to snow all day today.
Oof.
So, I'm. He said he's leaving his house soon, so that means I have to leave my house soon.
Wow.
Dang.
All right. Well, it's been
I'm
real
ready
for
for
these
this.
5 minutes. These 5 minutes have
I
been great.
really, yeah, I'm mad.
It's
I
quality
wish I
stuff.
could do this, but
It's all good. We'll get you next time, buddy.
all right.
All right.
Well, peace out.
Yeah, take it easy, bud.
Adios.
All right, that was Nick.
All right. All right. Another one bites the dust. All right. So, Andrew, I know you are the real true free agency expert anyway.
Am I?
Yeah. He says sarcastically. Okay, well, I'm going to do one thing. I was going to ask Nick, what does free agency mean to him? Because most people, most casual sports fans, they'll see the headlines, but they don't care. Unless there are big players that are changing places from their teams. But for me, a Browns fan, free agency and the window when players can start talking to other teams and start signing, that's been the, I don't know, the second most exciting time of the year for me, because my regular season's terrible. It's like the NFL draft up here, free agency, combine, and then somewhere in between there is opening day, the first game. After that, it's all downhill. But I was telling Andrew before we got on here that I looked up a list of the free agents that the Browns have signed, like the big splashy free agents, and it just made me kind of depressed. And it made me start to wonder, should I get excited about this? I mean, should I get excited about Matt Judon or Kyle Van Noy? I mean, are these people that really move the needle? I mean, here I'll run down this list. So I remember being really excited about all of these players just for my team.
Mm-hmm.
And they're names that are almost laughable now. It's like Joe Jaravicious. That dude was a stud. Did we talk about him last time for the Seahawks?
He was a Seahawks, yeah. Well, wait, his quarterback was Hasselbeck, right? Or who?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hasselbeck. That's right.
Hasselbeck. Back when they made that Super Bowl run and lost to the Steelers. That was robbed, by the way. We'll get into that another time. Seriously, the reps it was ridiculous. How does Big Ben scramble for a touchdown? And when you review it, there's like this much space, almost a whole foot of space in between the ball and the goal line, and you still call it. After they review it, it was whatever. Okay, I digress. But anyway, after that season, Joe Jaravicious was like this hot big name, just came off a Super Bowl. I feel like that happens with the Browns and other bad teams a lot, where they'll get the player that's cashing in on a Super Bowl appearance, and they're terrible. Like Scott Fujita. Oh my gosh, I remember Scott Fujita after he won the Super Bowl against the Colts. He was with the Saints, and man, I was so excited for Scott Fujita. Other names: Frosty Rucker, who sounds like another member of Hootie and the Blowfish. Andre Hawkins, Benjamin Watson, and the crown jewel, which I knew was a mistake, but this was a big free agent signing. Andrew, does the name Paul Kruger do anything to you? It's okay if it doesn't, and it shouldn't, because he was
Kruger.
terrible. Paul Kruger.
Who did he play for predominantly?
He was on the Ravens Super Bowl team. The second
Ravens. One. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's ringing some bells.
That's ringing some bells. So they signed Paul Kruger to a very large deal, and I don't even remember him leaving the team. I have no recollection of him even playing a snap. I think he was injured for a season. That's usually how it goes. And so, yeah, it's got me, my faith in free agency as a concept kind of hurt a little bit right now because I'm not sure if any of my thought, energy, effort into any excitement towards these fools who their teams let them go. I guess by definition, their teams, did not sign them. They let them go to free agency. So I guess there's
Yeah.
something to be said there.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like free agency goes for me, I mean, Aaron Jones is the biggest one, obviously. Um, I genuinely have not looked so far this morning. I don't know if he's signed anywhere or anything like that yet, but as a Packers fan, I would like to have him back.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of the players have also expressed on Twitter and stuff like that they would love to be able to keep him. But like you'd see a couple of these deals getting made. I mean, Tom Brady re-signs, which I mean I kind of expected that. I didn't
Yeah.
think that he would be done. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but his deal is wild, isn't it? Like he gets like a bunch of money the first year, but like barely anything the second year. But it's like basically all guaranteed, and it's so that he can like not take a big cap hit next year or something
Who's
like
this,
that.
Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing things with these contracts that they're adding in like ghost years. Like they're years. There's another word for it, but they're basically adding in years to the contract in quotes, with a bunch of caveats that they can just erase them and give them the money now. I don't know all the specifics of it, but it's basically a sneaky way to get around the cap space.
Yeah, I
So
mean, it kind of looked like his deal was set up so that basically it's a 1 year deal, even though it's a 2 year deal, and he's guaranteed all the money. I'm pretty sure with like incentives, like playoff incentives. Um, but it's almost like if he doesn't want to play in 2022, 2023, he doesn't have to. If he wants
mhm.
to play, then like he's not going to be hitting the cap like super hard, so they can go out and get more puzzle pieces if they want to just keep the magic going. Um but
speaking of Buccaneers puzzle pieces, sorry to step on
go
you
go
there.
for it.
I'd be interested to see if they bring back either Gronk or AB, because both those guys were just on 1 year deals.
Mhm.
They franchise tagged Godwin,
That's right. That's
so
right.
he's with the team for another year at least. So that'll be interesting to see. Just to let you know, so the free agents actually can't sign anywhere until this coming Wednesday. The negotiation window is March 15th. So tomorrow, the teams and players can start negotiating and then announce it on as like 4 p.m. on the 17th.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
usually the bigger ones will get leaked. Actually, I don't like that. They've gotten kind of loose with it, kind of with I like the idea of it's all in one day and everything kind of hits. But you have all these reports of so and so team and whoever have been in negotiations and they've come to a verbal agreement on a deal. I'm like, oh man, like I know it's not. I know this is not an entertainment media event, free
Mhm.
agency, but it could be. Why couldn't it be?
Yeah.
They make money off of everything else. Why not this too?
That's very true. Well, so I guess my real question for you is who are, in your opinion, the biggest free agents out there that
Hmm.
you would love to, have the Browns sign?
It's a question that is a great one, and I probably should have seen it coming. I don't know that the so the Browns need linebackers. And I know this isn't a Brown show, but the Browns need linebacker help and and secondary. So I saw that I think it was Casey Hayward for the Chargers just got released.
Mm.
That would be a nice little signing. I mentioned Kyle Van Noy, who was released by the Dolphins purely for contract reasons.
Oh,
That would be a
gotcha.
good signing. And Ndamukong Suh is out there floating around. He's been a mercenary for several years now. But I just get amazed by the list of wide receivers that are going to be available. I mean, if you're a fantasy football player, this is like, how are these guys? These are all top wide receivers. And I'm not saying that these are for the Browns, just in general. I mean, Juju, Will Fuller, Smokey Brown, Kenny Galladay, Corey Davis, T.Y. Hilton, Marvin Jones, and Antonio Brown. Like that's just a few.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned Aaron Jones and my beloved Chris Carson. I love Chris Carson so much. He's going to be a
really
free agent
good.
too.
Yeah, I mean,
Kenyon Drake is a free agent.
that's right.
I mean, there are guys out there that I didn't even know were going to be free agents.
But all of those guys could make some teams pretty good. I mean, there's like, I mean, Aaron Jones, like I would say that he's one of the top 5 running backs pretty easily. So, you know, you get him, you're adding top 5 running back. I mean, you could, you know, make a case for a lot of these teams that, you know, could use like a really good power back that can also do a couple other things. I mean, he's solid, but you're right. The receiver pool this year is just disgusting. It's like, you know,
lots of good offensive linemen too.
Do you go after somebody like Juju, or do you know, try and like strike T.Y. Hilton and get some deal with him? I mean, he's, you know, we've talked a little bit about T.Y. Hilton. I do think he's pretty good. I wouldn't say that he's like the best in this free agent class, but you know,
I forgot we talked about T.Y. Hilton. I've got nothing left in my T.Y. Hilton bank, my reserves. Drained it all, spent it. It's gone.
But Galladay's real good. I mean, there's so many of them actually. Like Will Fuller, like you said. Ugh.
What does free agency mean to you, Andrew? I mean, does it get you going? Do you get excited about it? I mean, is it just something that's happening and all that matters is wins on Sunday?
I get more excited about the actual draft than anything. I mean, you know, from my fantasy football style, I really enjoy rookies. I like seeing rookies do well, like, you know, just out of nowhere, or like, you know, ones that are expected to do well that bomb out. Like, rookies are my favorite topic when it comes to football. And like this year I drafted like CD Lamb. He was like my big rookie draft in fantasy. But free agency, I would say, kind of feels like the start of the season. Like, it really does, in my opinion. It's when like you get a lot of headlines going, and I mean, I'm somebody who really enjoys a lot of content when it comes to like my sports. That's why I like baseball. There's stuff happening every single day, it feels. So, like, I would say free agency for NFL is when it really starts to feel like, oh, that's right, football's coming back soon, and like let's get ready. Let's start looking at some stats. I typically actually skip over all free agents and just start looking at the rookie class for draft, and like I try to, you know, I like watching the little draft projections and where people think they're gonna get. Like, that's always fun to me.
So if I asked you, Andrew, give me your top 10 rookies.
Oh, I haven't done it yet. Don't
okay,
do that.
Okay, too soon. Okay.
Too soon.
Next time. It's coming though. Just be ready. You know it's coming.
Okay.
Mr. Rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll make this a shorter show. I do want to mention though that my Minnesota Wild are 2 to 3 points out from the lead in the West.
Yeah, they're in second place. The Avs are in 4th, but they have almost the same record. I think the Wild has one more win. Yeah.
They've been on a heater, man. They've been I think they've won several straight. They've got 3 straight now, but before that it was like 6 straight. They're playing really well right now. They got a lot of young players that are stepping up and doing really well, but I'm ready. Do we know when did the I probably should this is terrible audio, but when does the NHL playoffs start? I should definitely know that.
I mean, this is my first NHL season as a fan, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, okay. So put that on me.
But you know, I will say, I'm looking it up right now. The Wild are 16-3-1, and the Avs are 15-3-2. So they're pretty close. But yes, Minnesota is second in the West, and the Avs are fourth in the West. I
Truly,
would. Oh, go ahead. Nope. I'm not.
No.
Okay.
No. I thought you were stopping.
Okay. Well, you know what? Here it goes. I would say let's see how our other brothers' teams are doing, but one of our brothers.
They're not here.
Well, I know, but we can still look for them.
No, dead to me.
Okay, dead to everything.
At least for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, womp womp.
Yeah, they abandon us on our raft out in the content ocean.
Oh man,
no sunscreen.
It's
just
a scary ocean out there.
It's terrifying. A lot of waves. Are the Olympics gonna happen, dude?
I hope not. I hate the Olympics.
Whoa!
Hot take.
I was not expecting this. This is I'm not ready for it. I haven't had enough coffee this morning.
Well,
like, you can't just do that to me.
Yeah, hot take. The Olympics are garbage.
Okay, I love the Olympics. How dare you blaspheme against the world's games? What's the matter with you? Why are you such a Scrooge about this?
I don't care about them. They happen every 4 years. They don't matter.
There's a very big difference between them being stupid and you not caring about them. Those two things can live separately.
Oh no! Anything I care about is important. Things I don't care about, they're stupid.
Wow.
Yeah, the Olympics are garbage to me.
Oh, I want to get into this more, but I don't think. I think it's just gonna make me sad. What's the matter with you, Andrew? It's the countries, the flags, it's community. It's a world event. It's all the eyes of the world are watching. Like, it's a celebration of sport and competitiveness and all of these interesting sports that we never watch otherwise. You get to watch them now. People that have dedicated their entire lives to figure skating or curling or running fast, like they get to show the world what they've done. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great for them.
It is great for them. I mean, okay.
As
someone who believes in getting esports more and more platforms and growing the sport.
I don't want esports in the Olympics. I do not. That would be garbage.
No. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, as someone who is a champion for a lesser known sport that wants it to be something greater. I'm assuming that. I would think that you'd find some emotional ties to some of these other small fringe. I mean, sailing. Yes, I do watch the Olympic sailing, but these athletes have dedicated their entire lives to just doing this thing to win a gold medal to achieve their dream, and Andrew has got no time for it.
It's good for them, but I kind of take the Daniel Tosh approach. It's like I can't pretend that every 4 years how America does in the luge affects my Patriots. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if the Americans win or if they lose. I don't care about the medals. I don't care about the ceremonies. I mean, I don't watch any of the ceremonies. I will turn them on, but I don't have cable anymore, so I don't watch anything really like on TV. I'm not going to like illegally stream the Olympics. Sounds pretty sus, but I get it.
This is disappointing. This is very disappointing.
I get your perspective though when you're saying, as somebody who's a fan of esports, and I'll tell you the problem with esports is the same problem the Olympics has. Is there's too many things. There's too many events. So it's hard for everybody to care about all of them. So you can't
you don't have to care about all of them,
but see, that's the thing. Is like it's different than like, okay, football season is just football season, right? You care about football, you can get in on one team. It happens every single year. It's guaranteed. That's cool. That's great. Every 4 years, I mean, the athletes mostly change. The only ones that I remember are like the ones that were also X Games competitors, like the extreme sports, the snowboarders, Shaun Whites of the world, yada yada yada. I don't know any person who like actually. I can't tell you anybody's names for any of the curling members, any of the,
That's
members.
okay.
I
That's
know
okay.
I know that it's okay, but it's the same problem with esports. Is I'm like a big Dota fan, but just because I'm a Dota fan doesn't mean I give a rat's ass about Overwatch League. I don't. I couldn't tell you anybody who plays Overwatch professionally. So like it's really super niche, and to just try and blast that to the world's biggest stage is super hard. So I just have the same kind of gripe. It's really hard to make something like that mainstream because it only ever happens every 4 years. So it's like,
Wait, you're telling me that the Olympics aren't mainstream?
no, they are. I'm saying like esports. You're saying uh, having the Olympics as like a catalyst for lesser known sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
I'm just saying I'm surprised that you wouldn't, kindred spirits in some of these things.
mm,
I listen, Andrew, if you look at each country as a team, you have a team to root for. And yeah, every sports team the players change.
sure,
I mean,
but like
big deal.
because I live in America, if I don't root for America, I'm all of a sudden an asshole. I hate
No,
that.
no, no.
Oh yeah.
That's not true at all.
It's the same with FIFA. If like the World Cup, if you're sitting there and you're like, I want to root for Brazil, but I'm an American, everybody's gonna bastardize you because you don't root for the American team, but you're American. It's like get over it. I can like whatever sports I want and whatever players I want, whatever country I want. Doesn't matter.
It just sounds like you need to get some better friends.
No, it's like
who are who are
okay.
you talking to
No,
that's
no.
badgering you about your
I
patriotism?
want you to take a step back, right? And like when you gave me the top 3 of like the country's flags, and I didn't say
Yeah.
America, and then you gave me like a little America overplayed, huh? Yeah, it is to me because I live here, so I'm a fan of exotic things to me. I like watching like Korean StarCraft. It's dope, But like,
Andrew, I will be the first one to tell you because obviously no one else has told you this. I support you rooting for whatever country you want. Okay, it's not a judgment on your patriotism. That's fine. I just want you to come. I just want you to be there with me. I just want you to see it with me. I mean, that's all I care about. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. I in my fantasy football team, our league, we like determine the draft order. Whenever the Olympics are happening, we use the Olympics. Everybody gets assigned 2 different countries, and whoever gets the most medals wins. So the other year, I was rooting for Spain and New Zealand. Like I didn't care about the U.S. I was rooting for my countries to get it. So
but you have stakes on it at that point. I got nothing
No.
on the Olympics. I mean, because
No.
yeah, if you're assigned those countries, it's like, oh well, yeah, obviously you're gonna root for those countries because now it matters to you. You want your higher draft order, but that doesn't apply to everybody. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, listen, my computer's about to die.
Oh no.
So I know. So I think I would get more into this. Okay, I've hit a vein. I've hit something very powerful, and I need to explore this. But now is not the time.
Okay.
And I might need more. I might need that to help convert you. We're gonna have a little intervention.
Oh man, the audio just got torched from your side. So okay, well, man,
I know. Can you hear me at all?
a little bit now. But your video is super delayed. Why don't you turn the video off and we can just audio only? Maybe that'll free up some resources for you.
How about now? Okay, no,
That sounds a lot
listen.
better.
Awesome. I apologize for my technological ineptitude. I will get it right next time. Also, next time we're diving in to Andrew's Olympic Scroogeness.
Oh no.
Yeah, maybe not next time, but one of these times. I need to put some things together for that. All right. I'll give you quick top 3 before it craps out here.
Okay.
Andrew, 3 Brad Pitt movies.
top 3 Brad Pitt movies. Because
I asked that before. I feel like I've asked that before.
No, I think Scott might have asked you that, or you might have asked Scott that, but it's okay.
All right, go.
I think they differ. Number 1 is Snatch. Number 2 is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I love that one. And number 3 is Ocean's 11.
After my heart, those are my top 3. All right, do you have one for me?
I just hope your audio holds up. Top 3 NFL logos.
Gosh. Saints, Bills, Jaguars.
Boom, that's the show.
That's the show. All right, so if you've listened this far, you must, for some reason, like what you've heard. So given that, please remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on Twitter @ObsessionCast for all future episode updates and whatever else we might post, sports related or otherwise. Thanks for watching.